Hello.
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday.
Thank you. Happy Friday.
Hey.
July the 1st already. Wow.
I see they finally moved that car at the
I know. I posted and somebody's like, yeah, it's gone already.
The power of CMR.
Well, maybe went before we put it up. I'm not 100% sure.
No.
Exactly.
Well,
No?
okay.
Oh, gosh.
Well, it was still up the other day when I was talking to you about it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But it was
Let
up
me
for.
just grab my links. Hold on one second. I got to remember to start Bobo.
Do we know how that occurred? Obviously, somebody was coming off the roundabout or coming up the bypass and didn't realize there was a roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, if I had to understand how any of these accidents occurred, it's amazing.
Big news. I have some important news for you. Interesting news.
It's Blake and Darren's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
K-Man's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Happy Friday, Sandy.
Good morning, Blake. Happy Friday.
July 1st. Can you believe it?
I know.
Wow.
Hard to believe.
We're 6 months away from Christmas.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of hit me hard just now. I'm not ready.
You're not ready?
No. Listen, I got a toddler birthday party. When did someone stop being a toddler, by the way? I think she may no longer be a toddler.
Toddler? That's a good question. I'll look that up for you.
I don't know.
Christmas, by the way, is in 177 days.
Wow. They'll start making Christmas movies from now. So happy Friday to everyone making headlines this morning. Off-Reg looks like they've been kind of busy-ish. They intervened to resolve a number of complaints that C3 lodged against Flow that had been ongoing for what appears to be years. So the complaints comprised a 227-page determination document. And some of the complaints Off-Reg found to be valid. And, they kind of agreed through this arbitration process, this dispute, resolution process, to take Off-Reg's perspective on it and, just sort it out.
What were some of the complaints?
Some were favorable to Flow and some were favorable to C3. And I think in the end, it's going to be all favorable to the consumers, which is the most important thing.
What was the bickering about?
All sorts of stuff. It's just... It's ridiculous. Everything from what they were being charged to use certain things, access to the Maya 1 cable, that they were slow in delivering like certain works that C3 relied upon Flow to be able to deliver. So it's a lot. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to the Deputy Postmaster General, who has been elected Vice Chair of the Global EMS Board, which stands for the Express Mail Service Board. So Melissa Martinez Ebanks, who serves as the vice chair of the EMS Cooperative Board, was elected to the position at their annual General Assembly in Switzerland in May. So kudos to her.
Cool.
Nominations for the inaugural Making Waves Award will be closing soon, awards. So if you know someone that you'd like to nominate, so basically this is through the Cayman Connecting, which is like the Overseas Association group. And they have a number of different awards. It closes this Sunday, July the 3rd. So if you'd like to nominate someone, check out our website. We've got the link there. But there's several different categories, including like tourism, travel, and hospitality. There's a STEM, environmental and sustainability one. There's one for sports. So essentially, it's an opportunity to celebrate the Cayman Islands and its culture and Caymanians living abroad, says the governor. So check it out. Go and nominate someone. That would be a nice thing to do.
All right.
Congratulations to Darby Whitaker. He's been appointed, Director Designate of the Computer Services Department in the Cayman Islands government. So he was appointed after an open recruitment process in compliance with the Public Service Management Law. So congratulations to him, in charge of the whole IT sector of government now. That's a big job,
cool.
That's a
big
lot
job.
of responsibility.
Yeah.
So There continues to be a spin on the boating incident, the Brack boating incident.
Okay.
And it just keeps getting more and more interesting. But the police haven't said anything further, but there was a article in another publication where, they basically got the people involved because they were civil servants to be like, oh, we're not going to put any blame on the RCIPS or the other agencies. We understand they have a tough job.
Okay.
Homeschooling. There is an increase from parents in homeschooling for the 2021 to 2022 application years. Apparently, a number of parents have applied and been approved. 123 homeschooling applications have been processed, which I think is a lot for this island, actually. So veteran homeschool teacher Kathleen Spencer outlined why parents were considering taking the step to homeschool their children. And of course, COVID played a big role in this. And she said that basically, they just want to, they have more options available to them, online tutoring, live courses, and other support. And so more and more parents are deciding to go that route, which is kind of interesting. Would you ever homeschool?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I during COVID, during the lockdown, I so appreciated what teachers have to put up with.
Oh, yeah.
Like, honestly. Oh,
Well, first of all, kids need to be out of the house, right?
yeah.
So you keep your sanity. But also
Exactly.
there's something about building that separation between your child and your parents.
Mhm.
You need to build that so that whenever you leave and do something, they don't have a meltdown. They're able to function
Yes.
independently. And there's a whole social aspect too to going to school and learning social skills and things like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, my little one started nursery at 8 months,
Mhm.
and I think that by some accounts that was still like pretty late. It's like, wow, 8 months. And the transition that I saw as soon as she started interacting with other people and other babies, and of course she'd cry every day when
Mhm.
dad dropped her off, like for 2 years. But still, the interaction and the things that like it's just like a light bulb went off, like honestly. And her social skills went through the roof. And as an only child, I think that's especially important for her to just gain her confidence and just kind of get out there in the world. So,
Right.
yeah.
By the way, toddler is technically 1 to 3 year olds.
Oh, wow. So she's way
So-
past toddler stage. What do they
so-
call them after that?
Small child. I don't know.
A little
Small
person.
child. Yeah, little person. That means my little guy won't be a toddler come December. Oh
Wow.
man, he's just grown up so fast.
I know they all do.
It's
Yeah, I
nuts.
had a little school leaving ceremony the other day, and I was like, oh, I can't believe it.
Are you doing the show on Monday or no?
No show Monday. So we'll take
No
a break
show
on Monday
Monday.
and we'll be back on Tuesday.
Yeah. Happy Constitution Day.
Thank you very much. So have a
Um,
great weekend.
Yeah, you too. Catch Sandy's show right now on Bobo 89.1 FM. And are you covering KMAS, by the way?
No, you know what? I forgot it was even this weekend because nobody reminded me.
It's tomorrow.
And I'm not really a carnival person, so
Yeah.
yeah. But I've actually got some other stuff going on, but we'll see.
Okay, cool. And we'll see you Tuesday.
Have a beautiful weekend.
You too. Bye.
Long holiday weekend coming up, folks. Let me just grab all of my links. I need to grab the YouTube one so I can send that to everybody. Let me just grab all of my links. I need to grab the. That's why you hear me talking in the background because I'm pulling another source. Okay, about 30 seconds left before we kick it off live on Bobo. Good morning, everybody. Beautiful day here in the Caymans, the Cayman Islands. Right. 20 seconds. Mhm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Peppermint, sorrel, ginger, beaver grass, or English. Get it ready. Your morning tea just got hotter
Ooh, honey child.
on the cold, hard truth. Bobo 89.1 and Cayman's #1 talk show are bringing you morning talk like no one else. Monday Rewind, Impact Wednesdays, Caribbean Connections, and much more. Don't miss a beat with what's happening in the local community. Just keep sipping your tea.
What a mess.
Here's your host, live and direct from the Cayman Islands, Sandy Hill.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I feel like we need a Happy Friday song. We need to do a little Friday dance. What's going on, Cayman? The Caymans? Are y'all in the Caymans this morning? Everybody laughs. They're like, it's not the Caymans. You better say it right. It's the Cayman Islands. Yeah, buddy. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? I'm kind of glad that it's Friday this week because we get a long holiday weekend that's coming up. Aren't we fortunate? So if you live in the Cayman Islands, you will know that for the first, 6 months for sure, 7 months of the year, we get a public holiday pretty much every single month. Then you get used to it and kaboom, you got to wait until like November for the next holiday. I'm kind of feeling, this whole concept of a 4-day work week, there's evidence that that works really well and that your employees are just as productive. Now, of course, it's not going to work for every single business that's out there. Like news, you couldn't do a 4-day news week because what happens during the rest of the time, right? News is one of those things that's always happening. So I'm going to tell you guys all about what I was up to last night. There's a political meeting in West Bay. A lot of you might have had the opportunity to watch that. Pardon the crazy here this morning. Good morning to Miss Vernita. Miss Olivia's here. Diamond Princess says fantabulous Friday morning, everyone. Good morning to Marshall. Look at me getting his name right after all this time. Evelyn, good morning. She says it's afternoon for me. Girl, are you ever planning on coming back from the UK? What's up with that? You're having a little bit too much fun over there. Wee, good morning. KK says long weekend again. OMG. Yeah. Morning, Catherine. John Henry says that's right. KK can't keep up with the holidays. Well, the good news is after this month, you won't have to keep up with one for a little while. So don't worry about it. Andine, morning to you. Mia, good morning. I love your picture. Is that a wedding photo? That is so cute. Pretty. Kimmy is here. She says, morning, Sandy, and her beautiful Cayman, little Cayman and Cayman Brac. Y'all have a safe and blessed weekend. Who's going to the Brac this weekend? I know Caymanians love to travel on a long holiday weekend, child. I swear y'all pull out the calendar every year. You see, as soon as the holiday list is released for the following year, and you just call Cayman Airways. And you're like, okay, we got a 4-day weekend for Easter. That's a big one to travel. And, you leave from like the Thursday. So then you have all weekend shopping yourself to death. And then the 4-day weekend for the Queen's Jubilee, planes were completely booked. All flights are booked out and into the Cayman Islands. It was crazy. In fact, my contact at Cayman Airways said to me, they said, as soon as that holiday was announced, it booked out. And we weren't even out of COVID yet. So y'all didn't know anything about the restrictions, what was going to be in place, but y'all don't care when it comes to shopping and traveling. Let's be honest, shopping motivates y'all to do some of the craziest things, including getting your vaccine when you claimed that it was going to kill you before. Shady boots. So anyway, I suspect that this weekend is no different. A lot of people send me the all the details on the parking lot situation at the airport. So a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, it's just packed. There's nowhere to park and there's no overflow parking. And, everybody's like, we need more parking at the airport. Well, I don't know where they're going to acquire it from because that airport's pretty full. But I did have a good source tell me that there is someone who owns property very, very close to that area. There are warehouses and all sorts of stuff going in that area, right? And someone was actually going to do a secure parking garage where you could pay them to park, and it'll be like a multiple story parking garage. And then when you go on holiday, you could actually have additional services, like have your vehicle, what's the word I'm looking for? Have your vehicle washed. There's another word that I was looking for, but wash will have to do at the moment. So, just have it washed and cleaned and polished and all that good stuff. And I thought, that's actually not a bad idea. Mm. Yeah. So we'll see if that ever comes to fruition. Yeah. So, I'll keep y'all in the loop in terms of that. Good morning to Miss Beulah. The man who's missing on the island, no update. So I'm assuming he's still missing, which is kind of crazy. Detail. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Jonathan. That's exactly the word I was looking for. So don't know where he is, but today's Friday. So today is mail day. We're going to be going through all your questions that you guys send in. Nothing like some nice fresh water. Oh my gosh. I didn't used to really like water until Hurricane Ivan. Speaking of mail, is that not just the most random thing? My phone just told me I've got mail. Really weird, because I literally just talked about mail. So yes, don't know. It's unusual that somebody could go missing on this island, but I'm hoping that he will be found safe. I mean, maybe he's just at a friend's house and nobody has a phone to know that he's missing and to call each other or whatever. But yeah, I never used to like water either, KK. And then Ivan hit. And all of a sudden, I recognized the importance of water. And I was just like, oh my God, that was like the hottest summer ever. No AC. Ugh. I was like, oh, you appreciate what you don't have when you don't have it. So all of a sudden I was like, let me start drinking some water. Now, I'm not the best at drinking water, but that's why I try to have a glass in the morning to kind of kick me off to a relatively good start. So I must say I drink more water these days, I feel like, but I still, in most days, don't feel like it's enough. Morna, good morning to Miss Morna, joining us from Prospect. Marshall says, yes, they could do a parking deck of up to 4 floors. I'm assuming they could go even higher, but maybe 4 floors is enough. Omeria, hey, sipping your tea, girl. Woo! Omeria. Hot stuff. Ooh, she is beautiful. Yes, sir. Dion says, good morning. Let me see if I can pronounce this now. Magandang Omaga. Is that right? I don't want to butcher it like what poor John was doing during the election. Not the election. Remember during COVID, when he would do all the stuff in different languages? That, I got to tell you, that was the most amusing thing, to hear him kind of butcher all these languages. Dion says, yes, that's it. What? Gonna be learning me some Tagalog. Yes, take that. I admire people who can master languages, because boy, trust me, languages are very, very complex. So Dion, I told you I have a little surprise for you. It should be arriving on island, hopefully between today and tomorrow. So I want to present it to you on Sunday at your festival event. Is that okay? I'm going to arrange to do that. Yes, honey child. So good morning to Eldon and others who are also watching and just having themselves a good laugh. El Rey has got it locked, of course. Thomas, Ozzy, Teresa, Melita is normally here. Miss Jean, Charm. I know y'all be sitting back just kicking up your feet and watching. Yeah, so someone asked if I'll be commenting on a sentence that just was handed down. Of course, I'm going to comment on that one. Just wait for it, child. Ooh, Dion is so excited about his present. Don't y'all just love a good little surprise? Good morning, Philip. How are you? Happy Friday. KK says, first question of the day. Maybe we should kick off the questions already. Here ya.
You've got mail.
It's mail time. She wants to know if I have any links in FedEx. Actually, I do. Tell me what you need, honey. I got FedEx and speed dial because during the COVID lockdown, for my retail company, they were the ones who, my supplier shipped stuff directly from Canada, and they use FedEx. Praise the Lord, because some of these other courier services, child, I couldn't deal with them. You get stuff on island, they don't even tell you. FedEx like pre-cleared all my stuff. I tell my supplier, make sure there's an invoice with the package. But even then, it seems like customs doesn't always open the package to find the invoice. So FedEx would message me and say, hey, it's coming in today. Where's your invoice? And I'd be like, boop, here it is in an email. And they would sort me out. So tell me what you need so I can get you to the right person. And yes, we can, sort you out. So yeah, FedEx would deliver it to me and everything. Sometimes even brought stuff right to my front door at home. When they could. The times I just go pick it up. So big shout out to FedEx. I like FedEx. They're quick. My favorite place to shop is Amazon because they just got everything. If Amazon doesn't have it, you probably don't need it. And so recently, because of some of our food supply issues, it's a little bit challenging to find things that you eat. And, yeah, it's not a big deal, but sometimes you just want your little food. Like y'all know I love my food already. And all I can tell you is when I'm hungry, don't mess with me. And when I'm really in the mood for something, just give it to me. Just make my belly happy. Remember that movie where the guy's like, get in my belly? I feel like when I'm hungry, that's me. Like the Snickers commercial. Feed me. So I love me some Swedish pancakes. Now, if y'all don't know anything about Swedish pancakes, I'm gonna show you what they look like. I discovered them years ago at actually Kirk Market, and then Foster started carrying them. And most of the time I go to Foster's. I do like Kirk Market because I feel like sometimes they have stuff that I can't find anywhere else. And they're to me, they're more of like a boutique supermarket, So they haven't had them either. So let me show you what they look like. They're almost like a crepe. They're not like a fat pancake, but they are delicious. OMG. And so I've gotten used to having these over the weekend. And even Gigi, like when she thinks of a pancake now, this is really what she wants. Let me show you what they look like. This is them. Swedish pancake mix. They're super, super thin. Like you have to watch them very, very carefully when you're cooking them because they can burn really easy. So poor little me, I haven't been able to get any for months. I've been going to Foster's, I've been going to Kirk's, I've been going to Hurley's, everywhere. Nobody has these Swedish pancakes on island. So I thought to myself, well, they must have some chain supply issues. So I went on Amazon, ordered me a pack of 4, and I should have them. I got a friend bringing me a box of goodies. So I should have them either today or tomorrow. Depends on when he comes in because I'm not sure exactly when he's coming. So I'm so excited. And, I saw sometimes Amazon makes recommendations. They're like, a lot of people like to pair this with this. And I'm only now seeing that they actually have this Legan berries, I think is what it's called, Wild Natural by Felix. You can get a 2-pack for $17.66. That sounds delicious. I try not to put any jam or preserve, though, on my pancakes. I feel like they're sweet enough with the pancakes and the syrup, right? So these are delicious. If you've never tried these, I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. Try and get some. And honey child, just enjoy breakfast at a different level. Super fun. And like the 1 cup that you always makes a lot of pancakes. Like 3 of us can eat out of the 1 cup. So Amazon has a whole grocery service. Like I kind of envy people who live in the States who can just go on Amazon, do all their grocery shopping. Like they have a grocery element now to Amazon. And Amazon will just deliver your groceries to your door. Walmart, the same thing. People order all kind of stuff from Walmart now. They got front door delivery service. I'm like, this is so nice. So COVID has really, I feel like, pushed a lot of businesses that pre-COVID maybe weren't quite a thing. They were still coming into their own. So they have a Whole Foods market on Amazon. They've got a whole pharmacy. They now have what's called physical stores. So you can actually find a little store. And then for clothing, they have an option where you can try it. So they don't really like charge you first. You try it and you see if it fits. And then if it doesn't, you send it back. So you guys know that the world of retail is always in flux, yes? So Amazon's grocery segment is Amazon Fresh. They got everything: meat, seafood, frozen meat, breads and bakery, the whole 9 yards. You can put together your grocery list, like things that you've ordered before, whatever. I have a grocery list that includes, I've never ordered this before, so I don't know where this came from. Oh, Marlon added it 598 days ago. Kellogg's breadcrumbs. I have no idea why. Maybe he was just playing around with this. I see dippers on here. What are dippers? I've never even had dippers before. That's not something I had. Olives? Oh no, I'm not a fan of olives. I can delete all this stuff from my list. Oh, let me make sure I'm deleting it and I'm not adding it to. Yeah, let me delete this properly. So, completed items. Oh no, I don't want any of that stuff. So anyway, I'm super excited, but there's something weird that's been going on in the world of retail, right? Listen to this. Retail businesses have had to get very, very creative. So because of the pandemic, number one, some retail companies are facing potential wave of bankruptcies again. So we know that a bunch had gone through the last couple of years, even pre-COVID. Traditional retail has really taken a hit in a way that, the online markets like Amazon kind of forced them out of the business. So Revlon, earlier around the 23rd of June, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, making it the first household consumer-facing name to do so in months. So normally when they do Chapter 11, that's a way for them to try to organize themselves where they don't have to file for like the final bankruptcy, where they're going out of business kind of thing. So this will allow them to reshuffle things a bit. And, they'll do everything from maybe letting go of some assets so they can start to pay some of their liabilities. They may close some stores. So Perry Mandarino, who's co-head of investment banking and head of corporate restructuring at B. Riley Securities, says that retail is in flux, and within the next 5 years, the landscape will be much different than it is today. Yeah, well, we can say that even 5 years ago. So the industry has seen what they call a dramatic pullback in restructurings in 2021 and early 2022. As companies on the so-called bankruptcy watch list, there's such a thing, they were receiving relief from fiscal stimulus packages that were offered like during COVID and stuff like that. And some of that is now drying up and it's no longer available. So, this is causing dozens of retailers. Remember at the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of them were already starting to head to bankruptcy court, including JCPenney's, Brooks Brothers, J. Crew, Neiman Marcus. They were all going for bankruptcy, my love. So Revlon now is being added to the list. This year, it's been a little bit slower because there's actually only been 4 retail bankruptcies for 2023 thus far. And that's actually the lowest number in the past 12 years. So retail is just in constant flux. So we'll see what happens. I kind of wonder if companies like, Kylie Jenner and her $1 billion Kylie Cosmetics. Her sister has also launched a cosmetics and now skincare brand as well. They offer Rihanna. She's got a $1 billion cosmetics business. And they offer all these things online where you can just purchase it and they deliver it in a nice, cute little package to your door. So I feel like if we don't adjust, we often get left behind. COVID taught us that. Like if you don't have the ability to quickly do curbside pickup, drop off, whatever, child, you're gonna be left in the dust. Even now, as people return to, our post-COVID norm, which is not the norm that we knew before, um, there are still people who have maintained elements of what COVID helped them push in terms of technology. So, for example, in the US, a lot of businesses like Best Buy, Walmart, whatever, they still have curbside pickup available. So they didn't get rid of it because COVID is, people were getting back to normal. Because a lot of people recognize, wow, it's great that I can just order what I want, go on the website, pre-order it, pay for it, and then I just pull up in a spot. And you know what Best Buy does? They have a little app, or you can log into your Best Buy account and you can say to them, I'm outside right now. And they ask you what spot you're in. So they have like designated, just like how you have designated handicap spots and whatever, they have designated curbside pickup spots, right? And you say, okay, I'm in slot number 4. They ask you what type of car you're driving, SUV, sedan, truck, whatever, and the color of the vehicle. And then they also ask you, where do you want us to put it? Right driver's seat, back passenger, back behind the driver. And so they literally just open your door, slot it in, and you go. So it keeps your contact to minimal if you're still high risk and you're worried about catching COVID. So the companies that continue to be on this watch list of potentially being in danger is Serta Simmons, which is the mattress maker, cosmetic line Anastasia Beverly Hills, never heard of them. They must be very high end. Skincare maker Roden and Fields, never heard of them. Billabong owner Board Riders, never heard of them. Men's suit chain Men's Warehouse, now I've heard of them. Wow. And a supplements maker called Isogenics International, never heard of them either. So a lot of these companies are, trying to restructure and I guess do their thing. Now, one of the really bizarre things that has happened as a result of inflation is that retail companies, now this is super weird, are starting to tell people that they don't want you, like they're adjusting their return policy. So they'll tell you that they don't want items back. This is to me, this is like the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. Because it's costing them more money for you to come in the store and return the item. They're just like, listen, I've heard of this happening with Amazon before, and it's a concern for environmentalists because there's a lot of wastage that Amazon contributes to, and not just Amazon as a company, but consumers. So for Amazon, because their pricing sometimes is so rock bottom, that when you send it back to them, it ends up in the landfill. When it doesn't necessarily need to, like there's nothing wrong with it. It could be like maybe you ordered the wrong item or they shipped you the wrong item. Or, one little thread is out, like something that you could repair and regift and whatever. And, they say, yeah, send this back, send it to us. And Amazon is amazing with customer service. I must say, I've been a customer. I can't remember when I joined Amazon, but they don't quibble with me about nothing really. So if something is wrong with it, whatever, a lot of times they'll be sometimes legitimately something didn't arrive. And I'm like, I don't know where it is. They just resend the replacement. They don't even care. I'm like, I don't have it. I don't know where it is. They just send another one. And other times they'll send it before you've sent it back and they tell you, okay, you have 30 days to get it back to us, but in the interim, we will send your replacement item. So a lot of these things end up in landfills, which is so sad because they could be repurposed. So when we talk about, sustainability and our contribution, it does make me a little sad anytime I have to return something because I think, oh my God, whose landfill is this going to end up in? Right? So, yeah, I think it's one of those things that Amazon needs to address a little bit more, just to be more cognizant of the environment. So listen to this. With fuel prices at record high and ongoing supply chain turmoil, retailers are struggling to adapt, doing whatever they can to lessen the pressure on themselves. So there's a report out that some major retailers like Target, Walmart, Gap, and American Eagle Outfitters are considering a revamp of their return policy. They might let consumers keep refunded merchandise instead of like having to bring it back in and return it. Wow, that's kind of crazy. So everything from clothing, there's inventory surplus across categories, from clothing to furniture to toys. And storing all of these items comes at a high price. So instead of finding where they're going to put it in storage, their new philosophy is going to be like, you just keep it. You figure it out as a consumer. So according to a survey by the National Retail Federation, retail returns hit an average of 16.6% in 2021, which is up from 10.6% the previous year, adding up to more than $761 billion of merchandise that's likely to end up back in stores and warehouses. That's a lot of money in merchandise. So they're considering instating a just keep it return policy, which they say is now a smart strategic initiative. So retailers are being stuck with excessive inventory of unprecedented levels, and they cannot afford to take it back. Yeah. So they're thinking that they might opt to not put returned products back on their shelves. And sometimes they can give them to liquidators, including foreign liquidators, for sale in Europe, Canada, Mexico, and even enlist third-party firms to take complete control of all merchandise returns. Of course, both options incur costs, says this expert, for retailers. And so we'll have to wait and see. But Target and Walmart may be the latest major retailers who are toying around with the idea of letting customers keep refunded merchandise, but they're not a first. Who did I just mention? Amazon. They launched a returnless return policy for certain cheaper, expensive to ship items several years ago. That's good to hear, actually. I'm glad that they did that. I didn't, like I said, I know that they're very easy. Here I was thinking I was getting special treatment because I'm their number one customer. Amazon's like, child, please, you're not spending much money with us. So, they have to obviously monitor that some people are not taking advantage of it, because you could see where scammers already would be like, ooh, just keep it policy. I could keep doing this and then have all this inventory and resell it. And, scammers are already trying to get ahead of the game, child. They have a lot of time in their hands. So very, very interesting. Case says, big up Walmart. I do think I love my Walmart. Yeah, you gotta love a Walmart. That's always your first stop, isn't it? When you go to the States. I know y'all Caymanians, if you don't hit Walmart, something wrong with you. It's like, literally when I went the other day, it was a 6-day trip. I must have gone to Walmart like 5 or 6 times. Like every day I'm like, oh, forgot something. Gotta go back to Walmart. But you know who else I really love, Louis? You live in the States. You gotta love this. Morning, Robert. I really enjoy going to Sam's Club. Their sister company, so they're owned by the same parent company. And Sam's Club has some amazing things in there. Like sometimes they have shoes. They don't have a wide clothing selection, but when they do, it's always like name brand clothing, great quality, and the pricing is really good. I don't normally buy like a whole lot of clothes from Walmart. Like, I'll do like workout clothes and stuff like that. But Sam's Club is like a secret little gem they always have nice slacks and jeans, or like the skorks, different little things. They even have a little section for kids. So sometimes you get some super cute toddler and little kid outfits and stuff like that. Undergarments. They always have the most comfy undies, I feel like, at Sam's Club. So it's not just all the bulk items. You can go in there and buy some things as well. Now, parents, listen, I know that summer's here, and I want to talk about some resources for you guys to get ready for maybe you can't afford summer camp, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. So this is something, quite honestly, that is on everybody's mind. So, oh, child, people always scamming people. So yes, you might be struggling thinking of things to do. And there's a lot that you can do actually with your children. So I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks here this morning as well. Jonathan, just WhatsApp us. I did do some deliveries yesterday, so he's asking how can he get his gift certificate for gas that he won. I did some deliveries yesterday, so big shout out to all the people who were able to get their gifts. If you won cash, you should already be sorted out because we just did it all online. Nobody walks around cash anymore, honey child. So I'm not walking around no money to give you money. So Sylvia says, good morning, Sandy. We need to talk soon. All right, honey chill. Alex, good morning to you. It's Friday. Sweet morning. It is. KK says, it's the first time using Amazon. I hope they didn't kill me with a big price. Amazon or no, sorry. You mean FedEx. Order split into 6 pieces. If it's FedEx you're talking about, they're not going to be your cheapest option, chow. So, I mean, they're good, but I ain't saying that they're cheap. But during COVID, they would literally get me a shipment in like 2-3 days from Canada. I was like, how the hell are they doing this? I guess that the slowdown in travel helped these delivery services process your stuff quicker. Morning to Alan. Good morning, Miss Joy. Aliano's here. Louis says, yes, Amazon is kick-ass good. Mr. Amelia, good morning. She's wishing everyone a blessed day in the Lord. KK says, honestly, it makes no sense to travel. Going away and visiting some stores, especially Walmart, everything in the store is empty. They'll advise you to shop online as it works best. I didn't find that in April and May when I went away. So I don't know what people are talking about. The stores were packed full of merchandise. I saw no difference in the merchandise in Walmart, Sam's Club, Target. I actually went to Target for the first time in years. When we were back in university, we used to call it Target. We were trying to be fancy. I'm like, oh, there was one really close to USF that we could walk to. It was actually closer than any Walmart. And I remember when Target finally, like when they opened, they started to come into their own. Yeah, we'd walk to Target and check stuff out. There was also a Piccadilly's in there. Y'all remember Piccadilly's? So, I mean, obviously online might give you more options, but really I didn't not find anything. You know what I mean? Shout out to JC Penney's, y'all. Woo, honey chow. Some good shopping. As Catherine says, Cineco offered online functions during the pandemic, but now these services have been suspended, back to the traffic and early closure just to do business over the counter again. To me, this makes no sense. Why are we not adopting long-term initiatives? Not just because of the pandemic, but yeah, the pandemic forced y'all to do it. I had a couple meetings this week and we did the meetings online because one person is overseas in the US and other people are here. And, you know, another guy here, they're all here, but they're like, Sandy, yeah, we do online meetings all the time. It's not a big deal. Let's just continue having online meetings. So I'm really disappointed to hear that some people are letting these online facilities fall away when what they should really be doing is trying to make them more, just streamline them and make them more efficient. Good morning to El Ray. Angie, good morning to you. Thank you so much. Says that I'm always glowing. Appreciate the compliment. Charlene says, Sandra, and a special thank you for covering our district community meeting last night. Yes, honey child. I didn't get to watch it, but I made sure y'all had some coverage and I saw a lot of people. I think this morning it already had over 3,000 views. So let's talk about it. Aliano says, one of the issues I have with companies here is a lack of web presence. They have no functional website and the products lack proper presentation. Aliano, you're spot on. And I think that unfortunately, this is something that's lacking. And, you know, some of the local companies could just do a better job, especially if they want people to engage in curbside pickup and all that sort of stuff. The HSA, big shout out to them. They have launched a new portal. It's a, hold on, I'm going to tell you exactly what they're calling it. It's pretty cool. And you know what is amazing? They continue. It's called My HSA Cayman app. So they've actually launched a new app. This is very, very good. Y'all need to get on top of this. So they've launched a new My HSA Cayman patient portal, which is formerly Health Life. And this is where you can get all your health information and COVID vaccine QR code anytime and anywhere. So if you already had the Health Life app, you will now be prompted to download the new My HSA Cayman app. And it's available in the Google Play Store for Android devices and, of course, the App Store for the Apple Store for iOS devices. If you're a new user, I'm going to put the link in here. You can actually go to this link and sign up as well. So this is good. I'm really happy that we're going to play a video here in a second on how you can get this done. Download these. Oh gosh, this link is too long. Hold on. Download these apps and use them, because even when I was traveling, you know, the ability to be able to just pull up my vaccine status on my phone was a lifesaver. You know, sometimes you need a hard copy, but it's all on there. Now, when I first went on, I noticed that my booster shot, for some reason, was actually not showing up on the online portal, and I just messaged the HSA and they got it all sorted out for me. So very great stuff here, folks, that they are actually making this option available and continuing with their developers to launch a new, much better app. And even with prescription drugs, you know, they still have the WhatsApp option, folks, where you can WhatsApp them for your refills at this HSA. You don't have to be going in person and stand out forever. You pre-order it so that when you go, the process of collection is a lot easier. By the way, have you guys been to the new pharmacy for the HSA, the one that's in Smith Road? It's got like a numbering system, everything. Super, super efficient. I had to go the other day and I wasn't even in there 5 minutes. I pulled a number and it was like A 219 and I was like 220. So boom, I was in and out. So KK says Amazon don't like the double charging, pre-hold and charge when shipping it out. I don't even know what that is. I've never experienced that. Don't like it. Small charges for every piece when your money is, don't on hold for the whole order. Double charging, pre-hold and charge. I've never had that before. So for me, Amazon charges when the order is actually going out, and things move very, very quickly with Amazon. So, you know, Amazon has their Amazon Prime, which I'm a Prime member. And a lot of times you order something with Amazon Prime and literally it's coming the next day. It's not even, it used to be like 2 days. It's like next day arrival now, which is pretty cool. So, KK, I'm not sure what, I don't know. Where are you shipping it to though? Do you try to ship it direct to Cayman? Mine goes to Miami address. So I've never tried shipping direct to Cayman. So Charlene says, since the pandemic, I shop online mostly. Yep. So KK says that she's been shopping online since 2012. Very convenient. Love it that way. Yes, and she mentioned she's using her debit card. Now, y'all know that I don't keep a personal credit card. Child, I learned a long time ago you can get in trouble with credit cards. So what I will say about debit cards, though, for me, you've got to be so careful if you use your debit card online a lot. So I don't keep money in that bank account where my debit card is linked to, because, you know, sometimes you get that call from CNB, oh, you're on a compromised list. We need to replace your debit card. So when I do a transaction, say I'm going to order $500 worth of merchandise from Amazon, as I'm placing the order, I go online quickly and I do my little $500 transfer so that there's a small window of opportunity for scammers to take my money. Fire trucks heading west out of Industrial Park, says Catherine. I don't know. No clue. All right, we're on the shopping mood now, thanks to me. KK says $600 and 2 orders with Walmart and very prompt for delivery. Walmart is always her first stop, middle stop, and last stop on your trip, especially the 24-hour ones. And you got to hit up Ross. Yes, all of the Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I feel like you need to have a good eye for those particular stores. Like, you got to know how to shop, because if you don't, you walk around like you can't find anything. Good morning, caller. You feel like shopping with us this morning?
Well, if I could get you to make a certain arrangement, I might be. Morning.
A certain arrangement, as long as it doesn't involve giving you money. Tell me what's going on.
You were just talking about debit cards and
Safety.
scammers.
Yes.
Well, what the banks need to do is
Mhm.
to adopt a system that manages your credit card details, your credit card number, in the way that Apple Pay does,
Mhm.
which would mean that what is actually shared with a vendor is
Mhm.
not your actual debit card number, but a
Mm.
token that represents your credit card number, so that if someone does something that is suspicious to the bank, all they have
Mhm.
to do is just change the token, and they don't even have to tell you if they don't
Mm.
want to.
Wow. I've never used Apple Pay. You've used it?
Yes,
Okay.
it's actually a very, very slick system when it comes to security.
Hmm.
Extremely slick. Because, so like how a vendor is not supposed to store your credit card details, right?
Right.
Like in a database, right?
Yes.
And that's for security reasons. Well, with Apple Pay, let's just say someone ignores that restriction
Mhm.
and store it anyhow,
Mhm.
and then a scammer tries to use it, and the network says, well, wait a second, something looks fishy with this. And if they call you up and they say, well, did you do this transaction? um,
Mhm.
and then you said no, and then they said, okay, thank you, and then they just changed the token that represents your actual credit card number, which is just another fictitious credit card number that is linked to your debit card number, that's linked to your actual debit card number,
Mhm. So tell us a little bit
and
about this,
you're new.
Denny, because someone says, unfortunately, you can't use Apple Pay with a Cayman card. Is that true?
Yes, yes.
Ah.
So, but that doesn't stop um, the developers of their network of implementing that system in house for themselves, because it's a super um, secure way of dealing with this particular issue.
Mm.
So they first of all, it saves them money, the bank's money, because, or the credit card or debit card, whoever it is supplying the cards, um, saves them money because they don't have to replace your card. They just have to replace the token, electronic token that represents your credit card number or debit card number.
Mhm.
And it provides you with security. It provides them with peace of mind. It's very convenient.
Mhm.
It's a
So why
no-brainer.
why why doesn't it work with Cayman cards? What's the deal there?
I think it has to do with licensing, some sort of jurisdiction issues or
Mm.
something like that. I'm not sure of all of the details, but I think it has to do with that. Like the businesses operate. Um, I think what happens is that, okay, so Apple Pay is not a service that is, it's not like a franchise where you can um, have agreements where other people manage it. It's managed by Apple itself.
Mhm.
So it's not like they can give it to the banks, just give it to the banks. And so I think that's why it's a jurisdiction issue, because of where they operate from.
Mm. Hmm. Okay. Well,
But
thanks for that. I
it's
appreciate it.
it's
Mhm.
to me, I've spoken to people in the banks and trying to get them to think along this line, but I
Mhm.
don't know. It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for people here to get with it in terms of technology.
But
But
I know someone. I'm not
yes,
gonna call their name, but I know someone who's very influential, and maybe she can get it done.
somebody like who? You're so funny.
Okay,
Have
take
a good
care.
one.
You too.
Donique.
Bye.
Donique says Fidelity has an app. So when making online payments, you go to the app to get a CVV number, which changes every 24 hours. Hmm. I'd like to see how that works. So yeah, I mean, Donique and Denny and others, security is really, really important because listen, scammers are, oh God, they're everywhere. And unfortunately, we actually have a lady who's going to be calling in here shortly, talking about how she's been scammed out of some money. One of the biggest scams right now in Cayman is the whole work permit system. Oh my God. We need to find a way to stop people from abusing this. They are preying on poor people like nothing I've ever seen before. It is ridiculous. You work too hard for your money. One guy messaged me. He has spent $3,000. He gave somebody $3,000 to take out a work permit for his daughter. I was like, $3,000? Do you know how hard that kind of money is to come by? Are y'all for real? And he's like, oh, and this woman hasn't taken out my permit yet. I'm like, listen to me. She's ghosting him, not answering any of his calls. And now he's reaching out to me. I'm just like, what? He even showed me, I mean, when he talking to me, he got to bring some proof. So he sent me the, I think it was Western Union. So yeah, that's so crazy. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So someone has lost an Apple Watch with a white band on it. Someone has found it. So if you have lost an Apple Watch, please make contact with us. You need to be able to obviously connect the device to your phone to prove that you're the rightful owner of the vehicle, of the watch. So do make contact. We're also looking for Doran Kelly this morning. He lives somewhere in Georgetown. Someone has found his driver's license. So if you know Doran, Doran, Dujon, Dujon Kelly, have him contact us because his license has been found. That we're trying to save you money, child, because now you don't have to go buy another license. So let's get into our questions for the day. Oh yes, so somebody says that their daughter, we're always finding debit and credit cards for people. So this person has just come forward saying that a credit card or debit card that we posted last night belongs to their daughter. So I'll get that sorted out after the show this morning. So another one has just come in. Lord have mercy. How y'all lose your stuff so much? So if your name is Wendy Latricia Dandy, your debit card has been found this morning. Please reach out one day. You can send us just a WhatsApp. Send it to the 9362626 number, and we will tell you. We'll tell you how to get in contact with the person who has your debit card. So we're talking about security, and trust me, it's kind of crazy because stuff is always getting lost. And I'm thankful that most people are still very, very honest, and so they will ensure that you get your property back. What a thing. So if you lost an iWatch, an Apple Watch, do reach out to us because this may be your watch, and they're not cheap, child. They cost a good penny. I'm trying to find this other message with the credit card. Okay, so credit cards, driver's license, debit cards, everything is being lost. Here's another lady. She sent this guy. How much money did she send him? And he claims that he works for government, which I don't think is true, but we'll talk about that one as well. So Miss Janet, I just saw your complaint about the pharmacy, and I have forwarded that on to someone who should be in contact with you to see why, you're having such issues to get you sorted out. So this guy, his name is Alan. He says, hi, can you do me a big favor, ma'am? Because I have a friend work in Cayman Island, and she tell me she have an agency to help me to process my daughter's coming in Bahamas Island. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused about that part of it. So English obviously isn't his first language, but I wanted to ask him what he meant by that. She was coming to Cayman or coming to the Bahamas and then he says, my daughter have work permit here. When me pay her until now, she never call me, and I call her and she never answer my call, my message. And he sent a screenshot of where he has sent 3,000 US dollars to somebody named Caroline. Let me see if I can get this name. Tajanera. Anybody knows who Caroline is? Because she owes somebody $3,000. It was sent in January. January the 6th. And on the 11th, it says transfer completed, or your transfer was successfully sent. And it says $3,000 to Caroline, US dollars. It looks like some kind of app. I don't know exactly what app he used to contact or to send this money, but it says something. So we'll see if he can come on the show and kind of explain it, because there's a few questions that I have. But a lot of people are doing this where they are promising you jobs that they don't have, or they're claiming that if you send them money, they can get you work permits approved. Folks, you don't have to do any of that. The work permit system is very, very easy, but it's supposed to be a legitimate system. So, someone has to legitimately have work for you. If people are taking out work permits and they don't have work for you, you should not be entertaining them. Now, I know people are desperate all over the world. They're desperate to come to Cayman, which they think is a land of milk and honey and coconuts. It isn't. And it's difficult to live here, especially when you have no real work. And so there's a couple parallel scams that are running. People who will just take your money because they know that you're overseas, and they're like, what are you going to do? Who are you going to call? Well, apparently they call CMR on you. And they're taking thousands of dollars from hardworking people. There's another scam where the parties are here and they will say that, yes, I'm going to take out a permit for you. And they do put in a permit application, they take it out, and then they have no work for you. Not only do they have no work for you, so you have to go out there and try to find your own work, but on top of it, they're also going to demand a monthly fee from you. So whatever you make, if you're able to find a job, you got to be paying them. I've heard of some instances, all $500+ per month. Both of those scenarios are completely illegal, folks. Do not fall for it. KK says they need to stop falling for these tricks. They're too damn desperate. Yes, the level of desperation is real. And on the one hand, I can certainly sympathize with people, but that's why you're getting yourselves in trouble, because of your desperation. Your desperation is costing you money. Think about it. See this money here? Anybody know who Caroline is? Is she a real person even? I guess if he sent the money in her name, she must be. Y'all need to stop. These are financial crimes, you know. In fact, one person yesterday contacted me about a lady. Now hear this one. She has supposed to have a business here in Cayman, construction business. And you know, when you have certain businesses now, immigration has been trying to tighten things up. So this is a question that I got by voice note. And they said, listen, this woman is going around telling other construction companies that she will give them a contract so that when they submit to immigration, it looks like they have clients, basically, is what it is. Whether you're in let me tell you what businesses they do it for now. There's a number of different businesses, but janitorial services, gardening services, and contractors, for sure. When you apply for work permit for those companies, immigration wants to know that you have sufficient work by way of contract. So if you're a landscaping company, you need to demonstrate to them, and sometimes, not sometimes, all the time now, they want you to list out who your clients are. Well, they better start calling these companies, because this is another fraud that is being ran on the immigration system. So apparently there's this woman out there. I'm going to get her name a little bit later on and put her ass to shame. Because she's out there doing two things. Number one, she's giving these people this letter that they can then submit to immigration, saying that they have a contract from her company as like subcontractors, when they do not. Okay? And then on top of it, she does not herself even have a business license. So there was something, and she's charging them for this letter, by the way. Let's be very clear how she's making her money. So she's charging them for this letter. And then when they go to immigration and they're having some issues, all of a sudden, lo and behold, they're like, wait a minute, this company does not have a valid business license. So how she could be giving you a letter that is going to support your immigration application, only God knows. It is very, very unfortunate that in times like this, when everyone is faced with such difficult times, and you better hold on to your money like your life, really, that you guys are actually falling for these scams. And these scammers are a dime a dozen. And believe me, they just not easy. So this has been happening a lot. What I can tell you is, don't be involved, because you can get yourself in trouble in any scams. And anyone who approaches you about, oh, pay me money under the table or whatever, and we can circumvent the system, or I can help you find a job or help your daughter find a job. Look at this dad now. He's out of $3,000. This is not an arranged marriage where you should be paying people to find you the goods on the other side. This is against the law. $3,000 US is a lot of money. So somebody says Caroline is on Facebook. Let me see if I can find her. Hold on now, Caroline, because you better pay this man back his money. But there's a cautionary tale here, I feel like, for everyone, that y'all need to stop falling for these scams. This isn't how the system works. And then I also feel like the police need to do something about individuals like this. This is theft. Who is this woman? Oh, geez, I'm peace. Really? Oh, Lord. She looked like she could be from the Philippines. Where is Hagonoy Institute? Talking about she studied at UCCI. Don't be scandaling UCCI with your thievery, child. Hanoi Institute is in the Philippines. Oh, okay. So my Filipino brothers and sisters, y'all know we don't put up with no scams in any community. And I know that the majority of you all are hardworking, honest people. So help me get in contact with Caroline because she owes somebody $3,000 US. How about that? I'm just informing this man that we're actually talking about his case right now. So we'll help to track Caroline down so that this gentleman can actually get his money refunded. She's probably spent it already. The word needs to be out there. Do not accept money or these arrangements from people. 936-2626. If you're trying to call the show, that's the number to call. I see this lady. This is another lady who was scammed. So she's trying to call in. She's just calling the wrong number. Okay. All right. To our good listeners, who's this that you're sending me number to? Who is this? Oh my God. Woo, I love me some people. Y'all are queen of shady boots. Here, look at what somebody just sent me. They already gone on her Facebook page. And look at this. Apparently, she has up a picture on her Facebook page. I tell you what. Before I post the picture, we still have some gift certificates here. Y'all can win something this morning. Call in right now, 936-2626. If you can, I'm going to give away, we still have another $50 fuel voucher from Rubus Savannah. If you can guess what I'm about to post up that is on her social media page, it's a quote. If you can guess what the quote is, you got yourself $50 in gas money. Whew. 936-2626. That's 936 Bobo. Call me right now if you can guess what she has up. This stuff, I cannot make this stuff up. I really can't. Oh my God, she's a massage therapist? What? No, sir. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Morning, caller. Are you there?
Good morning. Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, ma'am. So the question is, she has up a quote on her Facebook page that I'm about to share here in a second. What do you think that quote is?
God is the love. I don't know. Good to be fair. I don't know.
Nope, that's not it. Let's try somebody else. Good morning, caller.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the honesty the best policy?
Yes. She has
Honesty is the best policy.
She has the audacity to have up on her Facebook page that honesty is the best policy. Yeah. Wow. So
I said I told our fight.
You have just won yourself. You just have won yourself $50 to Savannah Rubus to fill up that car, honey chill. So congratulations.
Oh, no problem.
Wow. She actually has up on her page the quote that says, honesty is the best policy. Like, really? So let me make sure that we're talking about the right person. Somebody just sent me her number. So I'm going to send them a photo because They say that she's my massage therapist. Let's make sure we got the right person, because it's Caroline, not Carolyn. So I don't know where she works, child. But she needs to take that down. Talking about honesty is the best policy. More like liar, liar, pants on fire. Yes, you guys were guessing it, but you got to call in. El Rey was guessing, trust in the Lord and all shall be possible. Christopher got it right. Irvelyn and Vanessa all got it right. Charlene says, come on, see how many Carolines we have, including other imposing names. This is ridiculous. Flashpoint says, how is it the CMR seems to be able to solve these work permit crimes while the RCIPS doesn't seem to be that interested in them? Some crimes seem to be more of a crime than others. You know, what happens a lot of times, folks, with the RCIPS, this has been my observation, is when you contact them, they are going to tell you that, oh, this is a civil matter, like dispute over money. And there are times when something can be both a civil matter and a criminal case at the same time. So if someone is taking money from people and they're not, you know, providing the service or doing what they said they were going to do with the money, that is no longer just a matter of, oh, you guys need to work it out. It's a civil matter. That's actually a crime. That's theft. So I see a couple of my Filipino friends are friends with her as well. So Paul knows her. Valiente knows her. Renz knows her. Christine. Y'all didn't want her about Maroda. She's in trouble. Oh my goodness. All right, let's take a commercial break. Let's go ahead and get the news from Kevin. And during this time, we're going to round up the people who've been scammed to call into the program. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Kevin Watler in for Misha Allinger. You're watching the CMR Daily Buzz. More than 120 homeschooling applications have been approved since the start of the 2021-2022 academic year, with more parents expressing interest. The Department of Education Services is reminding parents that according to education law, the department must approve homeschool arrangements before engaging in any homeschool programs. To learn more or become a part of the Cayman Islands homeschool community, visit homeschoolcayman.ky. A long-running dispute between local broadband service providers Flow and C3 has been resolved following arbitration proceedings mediated by ICT regulator Offreg. The 127-page determination document found some points in favor for C3 and others in favor for Flow. C3 submitted an initial dispute determination request to Offreg in June 2019 regarding several issues it was experiencing obtaining infrastructure sharing services with Flow. As the operator of the Maya 1 subsea cable, Flow is legally required within the terms of its license to provide shared infrastructure access services to other licensed broadband services providers in the Cayman Islands. Feral cat control operations in Little Cayman resumed this month following a settlement agreement between the Cayman Islands government and local animal welfare charities. The project, which started in 2018, was halted by a temporary injunction obtained by Feline Friends and the Cayman Islands Humane Society. After more than 3 years of negotiations, the animal charities agreed to close the matter through payment of their legal cost, which amounted to $25,000. Cabinet approved the settlement to ensure invasive species management in the sister islands could be resumed. Dorothy Whitaker has been appointed Director Designate of Government's Computer Services Department. As provider of strategic solutions serving core government and select statutory authorities and government companies, The Computer Services Department enables these entities to achieve their digital and technological objectives. Now, the department also maintains government's data centers and network and services internal users with technology. There are just a few days left to submit a nomination for the inaugural Cayman Connection Making Waves Awards, which recognize Caymanian students and professionals living abroad. This includes those who have made outstanding contributions to and excelled in their respective fields while striving to promote the Cayman community globally. Visit caymanconnection.org for the application. As a reminder, more details on each of these stories are on our website, caymanmallroad.com. Now for your CMR weather update, it's brought to you by WG Charters. Sunrise at 5:51. Sunshine and clouds will be mixed. It's a good idea to keep an umbrella handy. It will heat up to the high 80s. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then the sun sets at 7:07. At nighttime, it cools to the low 80s. High tides at 10:30 a.m. and 11:49 p.m. and low tides at 5:28 a.m. and 4:48 p.m. Looking forward, similar weather conditions are expected. It's summertime, so hot days and warm nights with brief scattered showers. Very typical for this time of year. CMR weather updates are brought to you by WG Charters. They offer private boat trips for a great price, and we encourage you to support them. The new regulations on mask wearing, pre-arrival testing, and unvaccinated Caymanian travelers came into effect on Thursday, June 30th, and here's a message from Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Sabrina Turner.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness shares in your excitement as we move even closer to normalcy. We can all agree that arriving to this very point did not by any means come easily. And I am truly grateful to the people of the Cayman Islands having remained compliant and, most importantly, patient every step of the way. First, the long-awaited removal of mask-wearing mandate. Mask wearing will now be discretionary. This means you can choose to wear a mask for your own safety and comfort inside a public place. Certain places, such as prisons, healthcare facilities, may still, however, require persons to wear a mask, so keep one with you at all times, just in case. Another exciting change is the repeal of pre-arrival testing for all persons coming to the Cayman Islands. We know traveling already requires many details, and removing the pre-arrival testing requirement is truly a step towards normalcy. With increased travel for summer vacation right here on our doors, we know that this change is definitely welcomed. Unvaccinated Caymanians and legal residents will also be able to return back home without quarantining. Again, this is a huge step in us embracing and welcoming home our Caymanians and legal residents where they're unvaccinated and no longer have to quarantine. Unvaccinated visitors, those are persons with close ties to the islands, will still be required to quarantine for 7 days, but will not have to test at the end of the quarantine period. Persons who receive a positive lateral flow test result should first report it to Public Health on explore.gov.ky. Then you should get a PCR test to confirm your result and isolate at home. Treat your symptoms at home, and at the end of your isolation, you will no longer have to do an exit test. We are happy for relaxed restrictions, but we also understand that it does not call for less responsibility. Seek vaccinations for any dose that you may be eligible to protect yourself and your vulnerable loved ones. Practice proper hand hygiene and choose to enhance your immunity through a healthy nutrition and exercise. Now, our public health team will continue surveillance, and we will actively monitor the spread of COVID-19 and amend restrictions accordingly to the needs of the community. Let me take this opportunity to thank you for your cooperation up to this point and for trusting your elected leaders and medical experts to make the best decisions for the people of these blessed islands.
Thanks for watching the Daily Buzz. Please stay safe and God bless.
All right, folks, welcome back. So Carolyn claims that she believes that honesty is the best policy. Marshall says, yeah, she believes it, just not for herself. She believes it for everybody else. Another person sent a message. They said, Sandy, this is very true. Let's see if we can call her this morning. Oh, maybe this is, hold on, got a caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Morning, Sandy. I had rolled red raisins because my little brain not too good, and so I said I don't know how to send the pictures and things you're seeing here, so it was honest is the best policy. So I try to type it in.
Yeah, we already have a winner.
I know. Well, but that's what you already see that. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. All right, my dear. So yes, let's see if we can get a hold of Carolyn. So since she believes that honesty is the best policy. Miss Janet, we're trying to get you resolved with your pharmacy issue, except they can't find you as a client. So with your permission, let me know if I can give them your number. They're trying to find you in the system and they don't see you. So let me know if you're okay with the HSA getting your phone number to call you and get you sorted out now. All right, let's give Carolyn a call. Yeah, honesty is the best policy, but seems to be something missing here in the equation. All right, let's see. Caroline. We're going to call Miss Caroline. Miss Seuss, what is she doing with this kind of business? Does she have a business license for this? I'm wondering. Lots of questions to be answered. All right, she's not answering in WhatsApp. Let's try calling her direct, folks. She probably already heard that we're looking for a child. She's scrambling now. Carolyn.
Sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again.
Oh, really? Let's try this one.
The number you have dialed is not in service.
So she got a number that's not in service, but it's working on WhatsApp. I see. All right, don't worry. Investigation over here going on as we speak. We soon get to her. Let me message my contact here and check something else about her. She better find them $3,000 hit today.
Got mail.
You know what Aunt Lotta used to say about thieves? Oh my God. She said, not just thieves, but liars. She said, oh God, they are the worst. A liar will send you to jail and not even bat an eye. What a thing, I tell you. Sad, sad, sad. All right, so that's case number 2 that we're trying to help with today. We got another one. So hold on. Let me okay. All right. So the next one, she's ready. Let's cue her up. So somebody took her money too. Talking about they got work for her. So you know what happens when you don't have work for these people is they come into this country, and what that means is that they're going to sell everything from themselves to maybe stealing from people too. It's a really sad situation.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning caller. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank God. I'm your home.
Okay, so you contacted Cayman Mall Road because you say somebody owes you some money?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us exactly what happened.
I direct on the air or no?
Yeah, you're on air.
Okay. Let me tell you. Well, I get to know this person on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm. So you don't know the
I wanted
person in real life, just Facebook?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. I get to know this person on Facebook. I was Costa Rica working, but while I come home in December, I come home in Nicaragua. Home. So I get to know this person. So he said, you know, somebody that people that pick up my work permit.
Mm-hmm. So you were working in Cayman before?
No, I
Oh,
was
no.
over there, but was on visa.
Okay, so you came in on a visitor's visa.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get to know the person I feel it so well. He said he knows somebody that could have took out my work permit.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can send up my papers and
Mm-hmm.
send the money to him.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was send my papers up.
So
And I sent
before, how long were you talking to this person on Facebook?
from last year.
Sorry?
From last year.
Since last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And he told you he has somebody else, not him, but somebody else who could take out your work permit for you.
Yeah.
And why did you believe him? Like why did you think, he's a good, honest person? Mhm. Reconnecting. Mhm. Okay, so it looks like her internet kind of dropped out there. Let's give her a second to maybe get the connection back. So she's in Nicaragua, so the connection might not be the best. All right, so the call dropped when we were getting to the good stuff. We shall call her back. Mhm. Mhm. Trying to see if we can get her back, folks. Now we got to ask you the question so we can get behind the story. Mhm. All right, so we were just getting into that story. Someone was promising her that someone they knew could get her employment. Charlene says, Sandra, Caroline is not going to answer. They think that they're too smart. Marshall said that you should know better. She's on CMR. She's not going to answer any calls. El Rey says she's a CMR fan. She knows that you're calling and not going to answer. Carolyn, it's in your best interest to answer that phone today. And you better start calling somebody to get that man $3,000 back. Because, wrong is wrong and right is right. There's no way to slice it. So it looks like that caller might have just lost her connection because none of the messages are going through. So we'll see if we can get her back. But basically, she has been scammed out of $600 from this man. 5 months later, no work permit, no nothing. So let me see who he is. Let's see. So again, meeting people on Facebook is not a good way to do anything. It's not a good way to start a relationship. This isn't Tinder. It's probably worse than Tinder, but don't do Tinder, don't do Facebook. You got to take your time. And I'm not saying that they're not nice, legitimate people that you can't meet online, but a lot of people are scammers online. So that's why I was asking her, why did you think that you could trust him? What was it about this guy that you thought, oh yeah, I'm going to send him $600 of my hard-earned money? Here's another one. She sent him, let me see now, this was Western Union. Oh Lord, I mean, y'all need to stop trusting these people. There's another crook. He looked like he could be one of us, talking about he works at the Port Authority. I don't know about that. And then they ghost you. This woman's like, hello, anybody there in these messages? And this man done gone about his business, child. He not business with you. He done got $600 that he didn't even have to work for. Well, I guess he worked her over for a couple months, gaining her trust. So if you don't know the system, right? This young lady's from Jamaica. So this is another one. And the bottom line is, if you don't know how the system works, you need to ensure that you ask questions so that you're not taken advantage of. All right, so let me see now. I'm trying to remember which one. There's so many of them. I'm trying to remember which one she is that has been messaging us to see if we can find out who her scammer is. Don't believe these people. When they're talking about they can help you find a job, they're only helping themselves to your hard-earned money. You know, the saddest thing is the people who are least likely to be in a position to lose $3,000 US, $600. Those are the people that are falling for these scams. I don't know what the currency exchange is in, where she says she's from Nicaragua. I don't know how much money $600 US is in Nicaragua, but I'm willing to bet that money could have fed her and her family for a good couple months. I'm willing to bet that's a lot of money. And so they're finding money. Sometimes they're even borrowing it from other people, which then puts them in trouble. Because, sometimes the people they borrow it from, when it comes time for their money, they're like, listen, if you can't pay my money, we can have a problem. Right? And so that causes issues. And the scammers are just getting away with it, going from one person to the next. Let me see. I don't see the details of who scammed her. I'm trying to find the messages. Like I said, my Lord, we get so many that this is why this was part of a mailbag thing, because we keep getting all these questions. People are like, can you help me get my money back? And I'm just like, what? Another one? Oh, here she is. She must have got her internet back. Hi, morning caller.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear.
Yeah, I realized your internet dropped out. Can you tell us just a little bit? Yes. So you talked to this guy for a couple months.
Hearing me clear?
Yeah, you need to speak up just a little bit. It sounds like maybe it's raining or something.
Hello.
Yeah, speak up. Yeah. So,
Yes,
oh gosh. You talked to this guy for a couple months on Facebook?
Facebook and WhatsApp.
And Facebook and WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you think you could trust him? He told you he was a good person?
Exactly.
Exactly. Wow. And
You
so
know, sometimes when sometimes when you just desperate for a job or you want to go
desperation.
somewhere, you
Yes. I know it's sad. Now tell me something. You sent him $600 in your country in Nicaragua. How much money, like what could $600 buy you? That's a lot of money in Nicaragua?
exactly. Let me tell you how much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just start right now. 21,300.
That's 21,300. You guys have what, pesos?
Heard of that?
What is your currency called?
Heard of that?
Oh, hold on. I need to look this up. I'm not sorry, I don't know. Nicaragua currency is called Cordoba.
Sí, Cordoba.
See, okay. Cordoba. And that's a lot of money, yes? 21.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but well, you know, you have to work hard here to get that because that's like 3 to 4 months pay here.
Oh wow! So 3 to 4 months salary.
Yeah.
$600 US. So how did you send him the money? You sent it how?
Western.
By Western Union. And then after you sent it to him, what happened?
Well, he said he was going to get somebody to put in the work permit for me. Well, let me tell you. One of my friends what worked by a gas station, she had the money. So he gone and pick up the money there to she by the gas station. So if anything, if him not get in contact with me and him not give me my money, she could get the video from where she work, where she delivering the money to me. Yes, so all right. He get the money from she and the papers. Him send him to the woman, and because in the pressure in the woman, I put in the work permit for me because she had my money like 2 months to 3 months and never did put in a work permit yet. Till when I start asking him, oh, this is an express work permit and the work permit can't come out again. I don't understand because I tell him I was over Cayman and I know more than less something about the FM and a work permit not take more than 3 days to 4 days when it's an express work permit. All right. He said, no, he's not going to check the lady. He's not going to hear what she say or whatever. Boom. All right. He got like that. He got 2 months. And I start pressuring him again. I said, what about my work permit? I said, I can't be here. I said, I have 5 months home without a job. And I can't be here all time depending on my parents because I is dependent. I never can like depending on my parents because I don't know what all time help them. He said, I'm going to check the lady. He said when he gone to the lady, she said what she do is put me on all how you call this thing? Um, mm, hold it
like on a list or something?
On a old contract.
On a what, sorry?
Contract.
Contract, okay.
On a old
So, folks, we have to be patient with this caller because she did say to us that there's a storm, a hurricane or some sort of storm that's heading to Nicaragua, causing a lot of rain and thunderstorms. And of course, Kevin confirmed that Tropical Storm Bonnie is approaching. So they're getting
Yes,
some
ma'am.
weather. So, okay. So tell me, what is this man's name? Mm-mm. So the connection, folks, is just a bit temperamental because of the weather. There is a storm, tropical storm Bonnie, raining down on these poor people. So promising a work permit that somebody else is going to take a work permit, and essentially he has now ghosted her for the better half of 5 or 6 months. So we're going to get his name. I've asked her to just WhatsApp it to us, and let's see if we can give him a call. Scammers came out as like a scammer's paradise. You know, they're working hard for their money, but unfortunately, they're going about it the wrong way. You don't scam other people. And like I said, the people that they're scamming are the people who have the least to give. That is 3 to 4 months worth of a salary in Nicaragua that basically she's had to get from somewhere. I don't know where she got it from. Maybe she was saving it up, but now she's saying, you know, she's not working and she really could do with a job. And I bet you, I don't even know if this person that he supposedly was going to get the work permit from is even a real person. Who knows? All right, give me a second. I'm trying to also figure out where Carolyn works, because if we have to call her to her workplace, somebody's going to be answering the phone here today. Carolyn, let me see the person who's providing me with some details on her. Somebody just sent me a message about her. I'm trying to find that message. Okay, so hold on one second.
I hear the people talking. What are they talking about? This world's gone crazy, and I'm trying to find a way out.
All right, folks. I'm still trying to confirm exactly where she works. So don't worry, Carolyn. You know, CMR, I got some CMR, I got some links and we soon get you. Okay, we're working on it. Unbelievable. Good morning to Alice. Thank you. Charlene says enough so-called fake businesses going on too for permits and work permit holders having to pay them. Yes, we talked about that earlier. Quite a bit of that is happening. Denny says CMR investigation services. Listen, we just have a lot of resources available to us, and people tell us all sorts of information. I can tell y'all straight up, any information practically that I need to know, it can be easily obtained. So Gabby says, this is where it's at, boy. Your desperation to come here for better living can possibly set you back big time. Use your head, people. And this is exactly what it is, right? They know that people are desperate. And here's the thing, it's Caymanians doing it, and it's also expats doing it. Oh, here, you know, what? Oh, Lord have mercy. How do y'all... Just give me a second here while I try to sort out this woman. So listen, I'm hearing that this Caroline person works as a domestic, but does massage. Do explain this to me. How exactly does that work? Say what now? So she's working outside the terms of her work permit too. Domestic nanny, I believe, is what she does now. Not sure who she works for. Oh, okay. I see. I'm waiting for the people in the Filipino community to step up and tell me who this woman is. Do you know that they know that I know? Give her up. Don't make your community look bad for the few bad apples. Because I was wondering, how is she taking money from people, claiming to be in a position to take out a work permit for them, when you think she's got a business license to be able to do this? I seriously doubt it. Now she's gonna get herself in all kind of mix up here. Probably going to lose her little domestic helper job over some foolishness. Talk about honesty is the best policy. Now I want y'all to listen to a voice note while I continue to do some investigation here on these matters. And yeah, so that other lady, unfortunately, her internet, because of the incoming inclement weather, is having a bit of an issue with her connection. So we're going to get it sorted out. Charlene says that we've beaten out the RCIPS. And listen, we're not trying to beat out the RCIPS. We're certainly in no competition with them, child, because God knows they need all the help that they can get. And so as a community, we need to be responsible for, doing the right thing. And if the right thing means calling out these thieves and liars and so on, then it is what it is. Now, kind of in relation to the same topic, I want y'all to listen to this for a second. So hear this situation now. Let me just forward this voice note so y'all can hear this one, because this is another full mess. Let me just let y'all hear this one. So this is a voice note from Sherry Ann. Sherry Ann, you around the place? Actually, Sherry Ann didn't send it to me, but y'all know how this go. Other people send you voice notes and that sort of thing, right? So Sherry Ann had a question, something that she was wondering about, I guess, in her group. And so I want to share this because this is a very good question in relation to business licenses and work permits that I thought is very important. So let's have a listen to this one.
Evening, everyone. I just had a little update I got today. So every year summer camp is free around many camps for kids that are less fortunate and needs assistance.
Oh, hold on, she's calling back. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you're hearing me because it's raining hard.
Yes, I know you have that storm that's there. Can you give us the name of this man and his telephone number so we can try calling him?
Okay, I will send it to her right now.
Yeah, send it to send the contact on WhatsApp because we're gonna call him and see what he has to say. Do you know where he's from?
Yeah.
Is he from the Cayman Islands? Is he from Nicaragua? Where's he from?
He's from Jamaica, from Montego Bay.
He's from Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sent him $600 by Western Union 5 months ago. When was the last time you spoke with him?
The last time I talked to him was this week.
This week?
This week, yeah, I call him. I be calling him every day on Messenger, but he never was answering my call. So I sent him some message, so he said I was pissed off, so he answered my call this week.
And what did he say? What's the latest news? What is he telling you?
He said I'm going to the lady and I'm going to see her what she got to say. Say anything I will let she cancel work permit so you can beg somebody else to help you. Understand the other. I say I don't want you to be the loser. and I don't want to be the loser too. He said because he said your money when you in that work permit going to the immigration. He said anytime they cancel the work permit, you going to lose your money. I tell him I going to lose my money. I never did tell you must with somebody what no have license to put in my work permit. Or a person what going to put me on a whole contract where she knows somebody don't get contract kind of contract already and put me on that. I tell him that's not right. I said you don't know how we have to work here in Nicaragua sometimes. Struggling for to get our money. Trying to look for get out for go somewhere else a better worse situation.
And I mean,
Yeah.
how hard was it for you to get the $600 together? Did you have to borrow money from friends, or did you just save it over a number of months?
Well, actually, my father worked 5 years with the government here. 5 months. That's it. When he quit was to help me, so I was to get out. So when I go and work and pick up my money, I was going to help him to go over. So he had to work 5 years was to get that money liquidation when he quit.
Wow.
$800 working 5 years in Madrid.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. Okay, send his number. Let's see if we can get a hold of him.
Okay, I never did want to expose him like this because nobody wants style and reputation, but it's so long and I can't be here waiting till when him ready. Call me and say, Chantel, I have your money here or whatever. I explain and tell him, say, I can't be here no more. I say, look how we facing in a hurricane, right? I don't have a brother. I only have one sister and she young. She can't work. She's studying right now. I said, it's me is the one what have to be here to help my parents. And look where I did home can't do nothing now help them.
Wow. Did you know what kind of work this lady was supposed to be taking out for you? What did she promise? What did he promise? What kind of work?
She had on it. She said was babysit.
Babysitting, like domestic work. Okay, send his information. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, I will send you his number.
Okay, all right. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, folks. So you hear how the mix-up story go. Poor thing. She actually had to borrow the money from her own father, who's retired now. She's saying he's with a government job. And so the expectation is that she would be able to pay that money back.
The number you dialed is temporarily out of service.
Oh, this person was just calling us. How are they calling us if it's temporarily out of service? Okay. That's strange. Oh, here we go. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. And thank you very much for your services to the country, because I call the service the country.
Thank you.
One question that I think it didn't go far enough, because I wanted to know is if this gentleman is living locally, or indeed if he's doing all this business from Jamaica, and just I don't know how they would be doing it, but it would seem to me to be some sort of organized business then, if he's not working locally, from locally. I'm sorry to hear about another human being, and in particular a woman, from what we know as hard economic times countries, third world countries, having to go through this type of situation. But I hope everybody is listening to know that we're not innocent either. I mean, we do desperate things because situations seem desperate. But when you're doing desperate things with people, usually, you're gonna end up at the bottom of the pond. And I'm sorry to hear this woman's, because I didn't hear all of it, but what I heard of it, it's not a good story, because I'm a poor person myself. But I just wonder if he's living local, if he's doing all this from overseas. Thank you very much for your service.
Okay, honey. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
So to answer that question, she seems to believe that he is in the Cayman Islands. Of course, she said, yes, he's in Cayman. But, the way that WhatsApp works now, folks, is you can have a local WhatsApp number. And we saw another scamming group, remember the other day, that was doing this, where they just get a Cayman SIM card and they ship it overseas to Jamaica or wherever they're running their scams, and they're actually not physically in the Cayman Islands. But because they maintain this SIM card, this is where you got to be careful, because a SIM card on WhatsApp you can have in any jurisdiction. And what happens is, even if you change your number, your phone number linked to a card, you can actually keep your WhatsApp number as the other number. People, wake up now. Let's see if we can't call this scam ahead today. Call him. We're going to do a voice call. Let's see.
Hello.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Kurt.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. This is Sandra Hill calling from Cayman Mall Road.
Okay.
We have a lady in Nicaragua who says that you have taken $600 from her for a work permit 5 months ago.
Yeah, me not take it. Mean, give me $500 to throw in a permit. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what's going on, because she's saying 5 months later, you know, she doesn't have her money and she doesn't have a job.
I get a lady to throw in it for me. And the first time when I go in, it turned down. And I apply feedback. And I try in again, and I waiting for a result from it.
So you gave it to a lady to put in for you. And you're saying that, has she told you that it was put in, that was turned down, or you put it in yourself?
No. I give the lady to drop it in for me.
Okay.
And she showed me even the receipt and everything. I have the receipt and everything we can show that way. So it turned on the first time, and I put it in back again. So I don't get no result from it as yet.
So can you, if you did that, did you send the receipt to this young lady that you've been speaking to in Nicaragua? You sent her a copy of the receipt? Why not?
No, I don't send it yet, but I have it in my car to send it to the store. But the first one, she have the first one where she know that the first one not showing, but the next one, I have it, can prove to her. Even to you too, I can prove to say that I sent it. If I get the receipt from the lady.
Yeah, are you able to send it to us this morning?
Yeah. All right. From this
yeah, on this number.
WhatsApp are you up?
Yeah, WhatsApp is good.
Okay, all right.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Kurt. What I'm a little bit confused. You have a domestic business, or this is for, you need a helper, or how were you taking out a work permit for her? Who was she actually going to be working for? Is she working for you or somebody else, or?
Go working for somebody else. The person who trying for me, she go respond to her. Yeah, she go respond to her. I feel I contract do everything, and I feel I company. So we don't really have no contact with that person unless she come and she don't love work with that boss. She can change him or whatsoever. Depends. Yeah, but I have no contact at that.
Okay, so this lady then, you say, has a company.
Yes, yeah, you have a big company has store too. You have a big company has store. So I don't know really know thing like I grow no corner with her or anything.
Right.
You know, but
what's the name of the company? Do you know?
Still, if I text me.
Do you know what the name of the company is?
No, I don't remember the name of no. I don't remember the name of the lady company. Yeah, but it's a big company.
It's a big
she have done it for her. She have done so. Construction.
I'm a little bit confused. If she has a big company, why is she needing you to recruit people for her? Why? I mean, if she has a big company, shouldn't she have like an HR department that can do these sorts of things? Or, you know, why are you involved in her company?
All right. Was I involved in her company? I know this friend where I meet. That I said girl where in talking about the permit thing. I know her and she said, well, she would like to come here. And if I ask no one can join a permit here, and I grant her a favor, but why like that, like this favor, it let me down a big time. But what I thinking, I saying, I only recommend nobody else. Listen, I want to recommend nobody else. I mean, entire person say, yo, you can get a permit for me and do a thing. This turn my vibes straight up. I want to really go back in this, like, say me the help out a person. If I fall back for me. Yeah, fall back for me.
Yeah,
right
but I
now,
mean,
right?
this is why you don't get mixed up into these things, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bag of mix up for true. But what's her
Yes,
name? You can't remember the company.
Confused.
You can't remember the company
No,
name.
I don't
Can you remember her name?
I don't remember. Well, I call her the lady. She named Bev, but
Bev.
She named, but yeah, Bev. Yeah,
You have Bev phone number?
She have a store. Yeah, I have Bev phone number. Yeah.
Let me have Bev phone number. I'm really trying to help this lady get to the bottom of this.
All right, no problem. I make you have a number.
Okay, and where does Bev have a store? You said she has a store as well?
She have a store right as in Meringue Town. Right as Meringue Town, right up on a gas station where them sell food stuff up here, the little food business where you always see food put out on the front, right? Before the gas station.
Okay, the one on the bottom, the first floor?
The one, no, not in Meringue Town where the bar is, right from the gas station. Yeah, where they have the little restaurant. It's a restaurant there, right there.
Oh, you mean Top Taste? Where Top Taste restaurant
like
is?
That. Yeah.
Right, there's a little store into there.
Yes, she have the grocery store. Yeah, she have the grocery store, right.
You want to hear something that's very, very ironic? That building actually belongs to my father. He's now passed away. So his wife has it. So you're saying that this lady is actually renting from my stepmother if she's a tenant in that building.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. That lady, she named Bev.
Miss Bev.
Yeah. That lady.
Okay. Well, you send me her phone number, please. I want to call her now and see what's going on with this work permit situation.
Okay, all right.
And Mr. Kurt, it's probably best if I give you a little bit of a warning yourself. You're saying you have learned your lesson, but this sort of mix up stuff, taking out permits for people, you don't seem to know a whole lot about Miss Bev if you can't remember what business she owns or anything like this. It's actually against the law. So it has to stop. I don't know what business you're in otherwise, but
the thing is, I know you're not business trying to make no money off a permit.
Yeah,
like
why are you doing it then? It doesn't even make sense. Why are you doing it,
Well, no, it don't make no sense. Well, I saying to you, so this don't make no sense. Like a person come, you have a family, I have a friend, and she in our country, and he said, well, you can get someone to take out a permit for me. I know her, but I know her for years, like that. You understand me? And I say, all right, make I ask that person if he can deal with something for you. Anyhow, she willing to deal with it.
Yeah.
You understand?
But
she
how
willing
do you
to deal
know
with it.
this woman in
this
woman in Nicaragua? What's her full name? You know her full name? The one that you're taking out the work permit for.
Okay, Chantel. She named Chantel. I just meet her yeah. Chantel is something I have to look back on in thing. But as I saying to you.
But then Chantel really isn't a friend, right?
My girlfriend.
You say you're trying to help a friend, but Chantel isn't a friend. You just met her on Facebook?
Exactly. So I saw we get contact, and he have a lot of friends over here. So I need for me get contact with her. And I saw make something like this. Trust me. But you see, as we said, we now go back the mail. I don't know about the next person. But anyhow, we tell her, say, if the permit don't come through to where he spend our money, so we go try to replace back our money, make she can get back our next permit. So that is me. So I trying to work on that.
Yeah, because she explained to us that $600 in her country is a lot of money.
I send, all right, you know what? Honestly, believe me, honestly, more than even that. How much $100 me send go get her different as a friend. So I'm still go be the losers again.
You've been sending her money?
What do you mean? I send her a lot of money.
What you send them money for?
No, those as a friend. Those as a
as
friend.
A
like,
friend?
It's already,
Kurt, come on now. How old are you?
He means 46 years old.
No, Bobo. You had 46 years worth of common sense. What are you sending a strange woman money for? What kind of pom-pom business this is?
Everyone said that. Everyone said that.
What do you mean everybody said that? But you don't know that yourself?
No.
You're from Montego Bay, Kurt? Kurt, you're from Montego Bay. But what do you mean how me know? What do you mean how me know? You know, planet stuff, So you're a big man, 46 years old.
Give me a minute. Hold on. Give me a minute. My girlfriend calling me. Give me a minute,
girlfriend.
Please.
Oh, your girlfriend find out you send money to woman now, Lord Jehovah.
Give me a minute, no, please. Let me respond to my.
The girlfriend calling. Tell her you can call her back. This is more important than girlfriend business. But listen to me, Kurt. This story kind of mixed up now, because I don't know why you'd be sending someone you met on Facebook money. But regardless of that part of the story, because like I said, that sounds like a little pom-pom mix-up situation. When she came out, if the two of you were going to be hooking, I don't know what the conversation was there. But at the same time, just because now she sent you money for a work permit, that doesn't mean that you can take that money and do whatever with it because you've been sending her money. You understand that? That's not how
No, I will not take that money. No. Me not have them the mentality there.
All right. Because the way you just mentioned it, like. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't have any mentality there. So think about that.
Yeah, is she the only person that you have helped with a work permit, or are you helping other people as well?
She only person. Where I had the help with the work permit.
So it sounds like you really your heart was really growing on her then.
Well, that way, as a friend, when you meet a friend and you say, well, try to help out, I want to be better off here and thing, So
your girlfriend know you've been talking to this friend on Facebook? Your girlfriend know about her?
Well, yeah, almost, but then it bring her reduction too. So I just trying to make she clear up her and just know say well as I go. But right now it is so far where you have to come to. Right now it is so far where you have to call me about that, and I don't feel happy about that neither.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy either because listen, when you have a boyfriend, a husband, girlfriend, you don't hide anything from them because they always have a way of finding out what's going on. So your girlfriend, boy, you might have to tell her one next story. I don't know how that's gonna work for you this morning, but how can we get this woman's money back? Let's just get to the bottom of this now, right?
When I get some, when I find rice, we say, I'm waiting on. A call from the person who trying the permit, if it grant or whatsoever, return them back, and that's all right.
This is what I'm going to beg you now, right? Even before the phone hang up, this is what I want you to do. Send me the number for this woman, Miss Bev. Send me the receipt. You say you have the receipt for the work permit, so send me the receipt for the work permit, and then I'm going to get to the bottom of this and have this all sorted out.
All right, I do that. Okay.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, my
dear.
Man,
I do that.
All right.
Okay.
What a mess. Debbie says, what a mess our islands are in beyond. Carol says he's in trouble now with his girlfriend calling. Yeah, the girlfriend won't know. I would have some questions too if I was his girlfriend. Morning, caller.
Yes, Mom. There's me again.
You hear the mess?
No, this is like the beach run that you had. Very beneficial to all of us to know these things and to stop being stupid. But I hope that immigration was listening, and if the inland wasn't listening, then you need to forward something. RCIPS, Chaka need to hear this and seem like public health too, because that's a whole pile of sauce. I even turned it off, and nobody don't like news interruption like me. But I got sick and tired of hearing twisting and the turning and the turning and the twisting. And
Poor
thank you
thing.
very much, as a fellow Caymanian. We need to hear things like this. Bye.
Yes, thank you, my dear. I tell you what, that was kind of getting all mixed up and confused, as the caller said. You know, none of it makes any sense. You're gonna meet a woman who you don't know on Facebook, strange woman, and you're gonna be sending her money. Of course, the girlfriend gonna have questions this morning. Like every time she asking him for a couple of dollars, he probably tell her he broke. He not got no money because he sent it to this next woman in Nicaragua. So what are you trying to help her come to Cayman for? You understand? That way somebody said this is some pom pom mix-up situation. And I must admit that I have to agree. You calling her a friend? You don't know this woman, just like she don't know you. Y'all so gullible. But yes, he's lying. I'm waiting for the receipts. He said he can send me Miss Bev number. Like I said to him, how I know he from Montego Bay. Poor him. So Miss Bev apparently might be a tenant in my father's building there. So I need to really know who the hell Miss Bev is. Miss Bev, we coming for you next, honey child. You better have a receipt from immigration. Because I'm going to know here in a short order if a work permit has actually been put in for this woman. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can call her back, because you can't call immigration. Immigration can give me any information. Don't know how that works. However, if I call her and she asks immigration, here how it go now, they'll be able to tell her. Why don't we call immigration? Because enough slackness going on over there too. They just rubber stamping applications as far as I'm concerned. All right, let me see now how this go. We call immigration. Somebody say he's looking at a woman and trying to get for sex. This other person says
el número marcado no está disponible para el servicio de prepago.
He was looking some pum pum because he was talking to her on the internet. I need a drink. Next person says he can't be charging people for their own work permit. The man is admitting to breaking the law on air. Lord Father. Done gone open Pandora's box. Yep. Another person says, morning, Sandy. Remember she said she was on the island on a visa. So I wonder if the two of them met, but she said she met him on the internet. So I'm a little bit confused about how this situation go. Did they ever meet in person? I mean, I don't think so, because she's saying that she met him on the internet. Someone says he's straight out lying. He's a scammer. Check Bev now, and she's going to tell you that she don't even know who he is. Lord have mercy. Talking about he's sending this woman money. So now he don't see what the big deal is. My people, what a mix-up situation.
Lo sentimos. El número marcado no está disponible para el servicio de prepago.
Debbie says, Sandy, don't hold your breath. Please let us know if he sends it. Moya says this went from a scam to whole Jerry Springer episode. Can we also get the reunion episode with all the parties, including the girlfriend? Lord have mercy. No. You can't even make this stuff up. Brandon says he can't even lie straight. That's the thing with liars. They get themselves confused. Matrix says, hope immigration's listening. They will expedite the work permit now when it is actually submitted. Christopher says, what would we do without CMR? Especially on a Friday, honey child. Donette is calling down on the Lord. She says, Jesus, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Evelyn Janetta says, I wish I had a friend that sends me some money. Listen, right now we're all in financial times where we need a friend like this who can just send you money for no reason with no expectations. Girl, please. Now I had to ask him, how old are you? 46 years old? You got 46 years of common sense and you talking foolishness? No, sir. No. You know what the real score is. Paul said that's his side piece. Chris said we can call Top Taste. He got Top Taste number. Woo! Charlene says there's too much rubber stamping without vetting and accurate. Listen, immigration has some part to play here, to be quite fair. And we need to understand, do they need more enforcement officers? What is it that they need so that we can help them with these types of situations? Because something not right. Let's try calling her again. Miss Lucille says, Sandy, I'm bringing home if I felt to say you old woman and you're going to kill me.
El número marcado no está disponible para el
She
servicio.
says I'm going to kill her because she has high blood pressure. She says I think that's supposed to be high blood pressure is clean, need to buzz. I don't understand what need to buzz is. I think something misspelled there. Gabby says she needs 10 friends like him. They're going to be sending her money. And that's a good question, Emma. Emma says if he was sending her money, why she had to send him money for the permit? Because, I mean, if he was a good friend, like he claims he's trying to be such a good friend, why not just pay for the work permit for her? And a domestic work permit isn't $600. So you see where the mix-up situation is? He was getting his money back and then some. All right, let me see here now. Oh Lord, may soon get an update on the next scammer. Hold on, Hannah. Okay. Marshall says no Jamaican man is sending any woman money and don't expect something in return. I don't care if he's Jamaican or not. Probably most men, because some of y'all fool Caymanians. Remember that one guy who was on YouTube, the Caymanian guy? He ended up on some Filipino show where he had sent this woman thousands of dollars, was helping her build a house and all kind of stuff. And then he wanted his $10,000 back after years because he took a trip to the Philippines and wanted to have sex with the woman and sleep with her. And she said no. And he was wanting her to send him naked pictures and all kind of stuff. And she said no. But he thought he was in this virtual relationship with her. Folks, you can't buy people with money. You can buy sex. Yes, that is true. You can buy a booty call. But, you know, a lot of people will just take your money and still not even give you the goods. And that's illegal. That's called prostitution. Let's be honest. But we know enough of it goes on here 24/7. That's why, where's Al Ebanks this morning? Al is like, every relationship is a transaction far as he's concerned. Because even when he got a girlfriend, he still had to be taking them out to dinner and stuff that he probably would rather not have to do. But if he wants a little squeeze in at night, he know he better treat her good. Moya says, yes, immigration is going to really expedite the work permit. And they also want to watch the reunion episode as well. Lewis says, immigration only cares about the money, nothing else. They grant permits to even a cat or a rat. Oh, geez, on peace. I don't think they're that bad. Dawn says, Jamaican man and him, baby mama in Jamaica want it. Well, you know, a lot of these guys, they do come here and they got babies back home. They got children. Remember the one from Kay's Foundation that we were reporting on the other day? He had a wife and 2 children back in Jamaica while he running from the army. Remember him? Now, one of the curious things about his case is he was able to put his girlfriend and his girlfriend's child, his child, on his government contract to be able to stay here, yet he got a wife and 2 children in Jamaica. Now, I don't even know how that's possible, but y'all listen. All I can tell you is there's a lot of foolishness going on in this country that don't make no sense. Oh my God. Listen here now. So the reason why we cannot get a hold of Carolyn is she's no longer in Cayman. She is gone back to the Philippines. So this man will never get his $3,000 back. Aw. I was really hoping we could have solved this case for him and get him his money back. Poor him. But he had a luck. Wow. But she's gonna come back, you know. Wow. Filipino community, please be on the lookout for this woman. because this is ridiculous. Really and truly. He will never be able to get that money back. Wow, that's really messed up. That is a whole bag of chips and a side soda and some cookies and everything in the mix. Oh my God. I hate to give you bad news, but again, normally Caymanian don't have nowhere to run. Where they run into, unless they got a UK passport. They're gonna be running to where? Kim Brack? Stop being fooled by people. Y'all need to wise up now. Don't be stupid. So I still waiting on this lady to see if we can get through to immigration. Lord have mercy. Remember, it's work. Worst organization representing Caymanian, says this person. Oh my God. I cannot with you all. You all need Jesus now. Behave. Let's try this lady again, because I do want her to call immigration, because I don't believe him for 1 minute. Oh, now he not send me the number for Bev. It only takes a minute to send something on WhatsApp, you know. So no number, no copy of the permit, nothing. He doing some damage control because that girlfriend on him. Like, what you sending the woman money for? She might.
Lo sentimos. El número marcado no está disponible para el servicio de prepago. Lo sentimos.
Lo sentimos. All right. Hello, mamacita. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás ahora? Maybe he's like on a three-way or something. Maybe he's calling her now. But I think the connection, because of the storm, is just really bad. Miss Bev in the mix. Alex says money talks, Sandy. So the masseuse has left the jurisdiction. Jonathan claimed he was looking for massage all of a sudden. Jared, he doesn't have to go through immigration, but this is why employers have to also, do some degree of due diligence on people that they hire. They might have known that he was running from the JDF in Jamaica. Is it JDF? JFD? JDF, Jamaican Defense Force, JDF. Had they done any degree of due diligence whatsoever? But they just took the word of his other employers on island, who the first one dropped the ball when he came to the Cayman Islands. El Rey says, poster picture at the Filipino festival this weekend. Felipe says he needs to go to jail. Gabby says him and Miss Bev are now conspiring. But here's the problem, folks. To be quite honest, I don't know if Miss Bev exists or not, or what the situation is there. But he's on a work permit. I don't know what Miss Bev's status is on island. He's not supposed to be in this kind of business at all. He can't be in the recruitment business. Denny's talking about the additional cost to society for these labor abuses, for the labor arbitrage. Mix up, says Lewis, in the first degree. Boom Flick says, I bet you Bev doesn't even exist. And it shouldn't take this long for him to send that number. I agree. This is when, when people, can't just say, hey, this is what it is. I'll give you all the information that I have. You see where the mix-up is. Now, immigration needs to be on him because he's here on a work permit. So y'all better try and sort him out. So we can't get a hold of her because of the storm. But we'll see, and I will certainly update you guys. Rosie, let me come back to that comment here in a second. This person says, I was waiting long time for this topic because there's a lady from Nicaragua that's doing the same thing. Her name is Almira, taking people's money to take out permit from them and charge them when they reach on the island and they have no job. You see, instead of telling me this information, y'all need to be telling it to immigration and the authorities. That's what they're there for. So they need to start doing this. Now get Almira's full name so that we can forward that on to immigration and government. Immigration is claiming, enforcement claims they only have a couple people. And with all the scamming and work permit scams and stuff that are happening on this island, they need more people. So try and get them some more people. Because honestly, we should stamp this out. Someone says need to deport these scammers. What a mess. So this person says that we should have gotten his last name too. Well, we have a number 99. Not gonna be that hard. I tell you. What a thing. Oh, now we can't get Miss Bev number. All right, so this person says we should have got, oh, yes, we should have got his last name. We soon sort him out. All right, well, that's the most that we can do. So case number 1, we can stamp that one closed. Caroline Tajanera has left the jurisdiction. She's actually back in the Philippines. Child, she took that $3,000 and ran as quickly back to the Philippines as she probably could. You need to contact the RCIPS Financial Crime Unit because that's theft. Now, there's not much that they can do if she's not in this jurisdiction. We'll all have to sit back and wait for her to return, which some of them are bold, you know. They coming back. When that $3,000 run out, she got to find somebody else to scam. Brandon says, I guess him and his girlfriend are fighting now. Poor him. Next, R. Kelly. Brandon, please behave yourself. Gabby says we need the next 2 hours for today's show. No, honey child. I need to eat me breakfast after the show. I need energy after this mess today. Anthony says, soon come. The girlfriend has his phone hostage now. She better be checking them Facebook messages. Sound like something was going on over there. So, conspiracy between 2 people to break any law is a criminal offense because it is illegal for an employee to pay for their own work permit. And it is. Penal Code Section 322 says a person who conspires with others to effect any lawful purpose by any unlawful means commits an offense. Ooh, honey child. You sound like a police detective. Janetta says, what a Friday show. Afara. Travel Cayman staff move them to enforcement. Oh, that's a good idea because soon they might be out of a job, right? As they start to kind of rein in Travel Cayman because the restrictions are being lifted. Lucille says, after you talk out the man and his miss and make his girlfriend hear, you might have to put him up tonight. I know it wouldn't be me. This is what I say. You don't get yourself in no mix-up situation, especially when you have a significant other. If this was legitimately like him trying to help a friend, like he said, he already scared the girlfriend because he's like, oh no, I can't tell her about this woman because she would be upset. Of course, you think if my husband was giving some random woman money that he don't even know that he met on Facebook, that I wouldn't have some questions about why? That wouldn't work out too well for him. I'm pretty sure of that. Child, Marlon got better sense than that. Listen, you have to be transparent. My husband's, he's a very transparent person. From day one, here's my code for my phone. He doesn't really do Facebook and social media. He has an account, but he doesn't, But at any time, I can just go and log right in. Ain't no problem, because you're not got nothing to hide. Moya says immigration don't need more people for enforcement. They just need pay. No, I've been told by enforcement officers that they need more. They don't have enough people to follow up on all these cases, and it's a lot of cases. Dean says this been going on too much money in permits for our own good. Ali says train them and get this permit scam under control. Yeah, it has really gotten bad, I feel like, because of COVID, because of tough economic times, and because, as that woman says, here she is sitting in Nicaragua being very, very desperate to get employment. And desperate people will take desperate measures sometimes. And Ali says that's why these people are getting scammed and they don't want to report it, because they also recognize that they're breaking the law. And there is some truth to that as well. Brandon says, Lord have mercy, Jack Daniels all day today. Brandon, I'm not going to advocate drinking all day, but I do understand the sentiment that after you've heard this two hot messes, that you might have to, have a sip of something later on. It's Friday, happy hour's coming, and it's a long holiday weekend, but never overindulge. I couldn't encourage you to overindulge now. Just take your time. You got to sip this one today because it is a lot to digest. Good morning to more Adam HG. He says the same story going with the Jamaican mechanic here in Cayman. I believe he have Caymanian papers. I sold him my car for parts. Originally, the price was $3,800. After he asked for discount, I did it for him at $2,500 for part one collect. So far, $1,500. It's been almost 3.5 years with this drama, trying to collect my last $1,000. But every time excuse so far, he gave me 3 different last names: Ebanks, Griffin, Compled. Even the police can't find him. Ha, ha, ha. Too many excuses. His wife got sick or he got COVID. But he's a mechanic. You don't know where he works? Ah, Lord. Scammers paradise. Folks, don't be gullible. Don't be scam. Spread the word. We need to really, clamp down on these immigration scams. We're out of time this morning. We're hoping that Kirk will do the right thing and just give this woman her money back, because I seriously doubt that there's any permit in for her at immigration. But I'm going to work on that part of today. And then I have legitimate other things that I need to be doing. You guys have a fantastic and safe holiday weekend. We're going to be back, folks, on Tuesday morning. So be safe until then. Do not drink and drive. Do not speed over the weekend. Just be safe.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.